guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm eca.fairy and in today's video we are having so much fun doing this black swan makeup look. These are the inspo pictures that we're going for. These are all from Pinterest. Now before we start, make sure that you have a clean base and then we're going to do the eye makeup, not the face makeup first. You'll see why in a bit. I experimented quite a bit on this eye to make sure that we have the perfect elongated swan-like look. Now we're going to recreate it on this eye together. And don't be scared of black eyeshadow. I know this used to be kind of taboo in the past. People were really scared of using it, but I promise I'm going to make it easy, even for those of you who are beginners, or maybe give you a few tips if you are more advanced. When it comes to black eyeshadow, you need to have a base that you're building on, so we're normally using brown. You can use other colors as well. I've seen people blend it out with red or purple. I feel like the best color for this look and the best color for my skin tone is brown. So we're going to take the natural ice palette and first of all go in with strip poker. You want the lightest shade first and then we're going to build up towards darker shades and then black. With a fluffy brush like this one, I'm using the Tapered Shadow by Real Techniques. We are starting to apply the lightest brown shade. This should be as close to your skin color as possible. And we start to blend it out, but not like in a normal everyday makeup. We are taking it dramatic. Make sure you get as close to the eyebrow as possible because we are going to need, as you can see here, to blend it with the black eyeshadow. Next up, I'm taking the second closest color to the one I already used. This is the Kashmir Bani and it's a darker brown, but it's still very light. And we're doing the same thing, but now also applying it here. Some of it got into my mouth and it's really sweet. With black eyeshadow or with darker eyeshadow looks in general, it's all about trusting the process because midway until probably almost the end, you might not really like it. Sometimes when I do really dark makeup looks, I hate it almost until the end. And the two things that always, and I mean always, make it look amazing in the end are lashes and lipstick. So before you have any of those on, do not hate the look, just wait for it. Make sure you blend a lot and make sure you get in the inner corner as well because you can see we're going to use black until here. Now normally we could use a black pencil at first, blend it out and then add black eyeshadow on top because the black pencil is more opaque and it is easier to blur everything out. But personally, I actually feel like just using black eyeshadow is easier and this way you can replicate the look even if you don't have the right black pencil. So we're just going to go with the eyeshadow. But first we have to darken everything in and I'm using Espresso. It's this really dark brown. I got the wrong brush. Oh my god, no. So on this eye, I applied Espresso using this Step Up Crease brush, also by Real Techniques. This is the 306 brush. And this was the best brush I could use. It's pretty flat, as you can see. I'm glad I used it because it got really precise. And now we're using the really dark brown, kind of like doing a cut crease. Do not, and I repeat, do not use it up here, okay? Just keep it on the mobile part of your lid. I'm slowly building it, not putting too much at once, slowly applying more in this kind of rounded shape. But don't worry, as you can see, we're going to elongate everything. It's not going to stay this round grape-like shape. I mean, this is a really good base for raccoon eyes makeup, so if you're going for that this Halloween, you should definitely start like this and then do the black. I feel like this is enough, so with the same brush I'm sort of also blending it in this direction. Don't be afraid, it's going to be messy. I know it's not going to exactly look too flattering, but we need these shades in order to build the black eyeshadow on top. And now with a fluffy blending brush, this is the medium shadow brush by Real Techniques, I am sort of slowly, and I mean very slowly, blending out the edges. Don't go like this everywhere, don't. just softly blend out the edges so they can melt together with your skin color. Don't worry about the lower half of the makeup because we're going to correct it, as I was telling you. Usually I'm not exactly happy with the black eyeshadows that big palettes provide. It's usually kind of ashy or gray or has purple or brown undertones, and I'm not really looking for that. And if you're experiencing the same thing, I suggest you buy a single black eyeshadow like this one. I have this one from Sephora collection and it's from the Colorful line, and this one is matte. It's the 304 Black Lace, and this is the single-handedly most pigmented black eyeshadow I have ever tried. I used to have some in some Revolution palettes I had like so many years ago, back when I was just getting into makeup. I think it was this palette that I had, and this black eyeshadow was actually really good until it kind of expired, I think, and it had some sort of dark green undertones and it just looked weird. As I was saying, get a single black eyeshadow, especially if you're not using it too often, or if from a palette you would use only some of the shades. Maybe try buying them as single eyeshadows, because this is going to make you use them more and not waste the product you're not using. We're going to use this sort of fluffy brush. If you are just beginning with dramatic eye looks and you don't want to mess everything up, or if your lid space is pretty small, maybe try this kind of smaller brush. Make sure it's still a bit fluffy so it will be picking up product. And now what we're going to do is load up the brush, but not excessively, because this is going to cause fallout everywhere on our faces either way. This is why some people prefer to use cream products when doing black eyeshadow, because it's not going to fall everywhere on your makeup. And this is exactly why we're doing eyeshadow first. We have only one side of the brush loaded up with product, and we are starting from the base of the eye right here in my lash line, and I'm doing small tapping motions. As you can see, I'm not putting it everywhere. I'm pressing it slowly in every millimeter. When the brush is kind of losing the product because we've applied so much here, you can start and kind of blend in this side. Now we need to reload the brush because we're going to be focusing on the outer corner of our eye. And now we can start slowly expanding the wing. I'm going to try to blend it with a fluffy brush, right? You're just blending out the edge. Don't go everywhere. Don't blend out everything. We don't really blend out black eyeshadow like all the other eyeshadows. And in order to really fix this weird mess that I did, I actually did this trick on this eye as well. Take the fluffy brush that we used the first time before with the brown eyeshadow, and we're taking the lightest shade and softly blending right here at the edge, and see how much that changes everything. Because even though this is a really light brown, the combination just makes everything look way better. To clean up this mess and all the fallout that we have on our under eye area, we're going to take some micellar water and a cotton pad. You can also use cotton sticks or a clean makeup brush, but we're not going into the correcting with concealer territory because that's trickier, and with all this black eyeshadow we might need too much product in order to correct it, or if the concealer is not high coverage enough, we're just not going to be successful. So we're trusting the good old micellar water. I'm correcting the under eye. See how much product fell. My under eye area, this is why I told you not to do your face makeup before your eyeshadow, because imagine having to cover up this with, I don't know, concealer or powder. And now this is trickier, which is why you might want to use a brush for this, but I'm just going to use my finger as well. So you kind of make this shape on your finger with the cotton pad, and you start right here and you drag this in one smooth line upwards in the shape that you desire. We're going to also line our under eye area before applying a bit of dark eyeshadow. Truly elongate the eyes. I'm using this black pencil. This is by Jordani Gold. I've had this pencil for a really long time. I like how smooth it is. And even if I don't know if I need to also place it here, I'm still going to do that because I like how it looks. Lining your waterline can be tricky, so if your scared to do it, if you haven't done it before, do it really really slowly, okay? Maybe just start with the lower lash line because that's not as tricky. I have really watery eyes, so I have to reapply this. And now we're going to also set it in with some dark eyeshadow, so we're taking it again and with the smallest and most narrow brush you have. You see this one is really really thin. We're going to do this really tricky procedure because we don't want the look to be heavy, okay? We don't want to underline until here. We just want a very very thin line. Maybe try looking like this and just placing the brush almost on top of your waterline, not exactly on your waterline, but not underneath. This way you will also be fixing the pencil that we used. See how much continuity that adds to the makeup. It is literally unbelievable. For the face makeup, I used the Angel Veil primer by NYX. This is a very velvety primer and I feel like it is right for the look that we're going for. And if you remember my last week's video, which if you haven't watched, you should after finishing this one, because I'm doing the light swan makeup look, I was telling you how I want to start using the makeup samples that I have in actual makeup looks and not just test them out, because that way I can actually feel and see how the product performs on my skin. Which is why today we are trying out the Double Wear Stay in Place makeup by Estee Lauder. This is a SPF 10 foundation and it is the shade 2C2 Pale Almond. If this is too light for my skin tone, I will not mind because this look screams pale vampire to me. This is a bit darker than I hoped for. I really seriously hoped this was going to be pale because the name says so. And what does a girl have to do to get pale foundation? Because this is literally orange. Trying to blend it out now because I don't want to take it off and put it on all over again. Maybe the camera picks it up better than I see it in real life, because in real life I'm kind of hating it. Like, this is not too pale almond. This is cooked almond. I'm not really using much on my nose because I don't want to cover up the freckles. I know people are really divided about freckles in general, but I'm in the love them category. And especially when I see those girls with like lots of freckles on their faces. I love that. Yeah, this is definitely too yellow for me. Oh my god, I don't like it. Why didn't I test it on my neck first? Maybe the swan got a tan or something, right? Yeah, I mean, if you don't know me, you might think this is my actual skin tone, but at least I have this blouse to cover up my neck so you don't really see what my actual color is. Maybe we can fix this with some concealer, but I'm sorry, Estee Lauder, maybe the shade wasn't right for me. However, what we are going to do is use the faux filter by Huda Beauty. This is another tester that I have. Fortunately, I have multiple of these because I actually really enjoy this product. I'm probably going to buy it full size, and we're using the Coconut Flakes 2.7N. Now I'm trying out this brush to apply concealer with. Now I'm just kind of playing around with brushes and techniques when it comes to viewing your face, because I really want to discover what works best for me. Keeping in mind that I have dry skin. This is actually an eyeshadow brush. This was my first eyeshadow brush ever. It's from Douglas and it was supposed to be a smoky eye brush. I actually find that you can use it in so many ways. Now I'm just blending with the thicker side. And honestly, this brush is a literal lifesaver, especially if you don't have many brushes with you when you're traveling. You can literally use this as multiple functions because it's really good. And this concealer is also really good. I find myself particularly enjoying it. As you can see, it really illuminates my face without making it look white or weird. Maybe just a bit on my forehead. Why not? Okay, maybe I want a bit more on my forehead. And I'm using this to blend it. I know it's not necessarily a conventional choice to blend your concealer with, but I feel like applying your concealer with this type of brush can really be good, especially for the under eye area. Otherwise, I enjoy using this type of really small beauty blender, as you can see, because it's really getting in the tight corners. Make sure to conceal anything that you want concealed. I'm trying to also conceal this really stubborn pimple. and I feel like the look is coming together. And now, because I'm really seriously enjoying the Faux Filter Concealer by Huda Beauty, we're also going to use the darkest shade on this tester. This is Butterscotch 7.5G, and I haven't tried this one before because I felt like it was going to be too dramatic, but you know, if dark swan makeup isn't dramatic, then what is? Now I'm struggling to open it. Yeah, the color is very much perfect for what we're trying to achieve. And I'm taking very small bits at a time because we don't want for it to be everywhere on my face, totally unblendable and ruining the makeup. Normally I would say to use a very precise brush to add this, but I think I can handle it with just this, maybe. Kind of freestyling it. I haven't contoured my nose in a really long while, so I don't exactly know what I'm doing. But now we're just going to blend this with a beauty blender. I'm using the same one from before. We're giving Brat Girl Autumn here. Oh my god, this is not blending. This is seriously not blending. This is way too dark. This is not what I wanted. Oh my god, I'm starting to panic. I'm panicking because I enjoyed this makeup so far. What is happening? And my nose is totally orange. Oh my god. I mean, you know, for the size of my face, you'd think I can just cover them up with my hair, but with my nose, I literally don't know what to do. I mean, the contour job is just way too intense for my liking, but otherwise it wouldn't necessarily be bad. Like, I'm talking about this part. I mean, maybe a good thing this happened to me because you might be experiencing it as well if you're trying to be smarty pants like I was and use colors that are too dark for you. So here's what we're going to do to fix it, because I also want to show you how I'm going to fix this. I'm taking the same concealer brush and we're going to literally conceal my nose. Now I know I could actually get some contouring done out of this, but I'm not sure I want that. It's not even contour, it's just orange. So yeah, bye freckles. You know, now my nose looks way too light and I don't like it, and I know I should contour it again with some contour that I actually trust and am capable of using, but I don't know if I want to ruin it again. I'm really scared. I actually thought of a solution, and the Faux Filter Concealer is going to be in handy again. So I'm going to use the Granola middle shade. This is 4.5G, and I actually used this in my last video with the light swan makeup, if you remember. So we're pretty much good with it, and I'm just going to apply it with a really small brush because now I'm scared for my life, and then somehow blend it out. I don't even know I'm using a literal shadow brush because I'm really scared. Yeah, this is definitely too light for this kind of job. I'm always making the button of my nose downwards, like, you know, lower, even though it would be like this. I'm making it like this because it actually makes your nose look smaller and more snatched, so I definitely recommend you try at least to see how it looks on you. I don't know if you can even see this because it's literally so light. This should not even be called contour. Now what's next? We're going to apply lashes, which I'm really nervous about. I got these really dramatic lashes. As you can see, these are from Essence and they are called Lash Like a Boss, and I liked how fluffy they were. Yes, I am going to apply them with my fingers because using anything else like tweezers, I cannot get behind that. We're going to use this NYX glue. This is a liner and lash adhesive, and this is probably the only time that I'm really brave with adding this because the rest of my makeup is black as well. But this is like a sticky eyeliner. If you haven't tried this kind of product before, I really recommend you do. So you're just lining your eye. Make sure you apply extra in the inner corner because no matter how brave we are, that inner corner might still lift. I'm literally talking in slow motion because I'm trying not to mess up everything. I don't understand why they stick them so badly to the box you buy them in. Like, let me take it out, please. My eye hurts. This is a bit weird. Oh my god, I'm tearing up now. This is not necessarily bad. I like how it looks. but my eye doesn't. After crying for a couple of minutes, I mean tearing up, I applied this lash as well, and then I teared up some more. I would like to not enjoy them, but they look so beautiful, and I mean they match the makeup so nicely. However, they are so heavy and I haven't worn fake eyelashes in such a long while. This is kind of difficult for me to literally keep my eyes open or not tear up. And I never thought I was going to experience this because last year I used to wear fake eyelashes a lot, but then I took a really long break and now my eyes are not used to it anymore. So it's okay if you're not comfortable with falsies, your natural eyelashes are perfect as well. And yeah, you might have noticed that I didn't apply any mascara because I usually don't when I'm wearing fake lashes, even though you're supposed to. I know. Whenever I apply mascara, I find it way more difficult to actually place the falsie where it's supposed to go, like literally on my lash line, because my lashes are up and everything with the mascara everywhere and they get tangled up and the fake eyelashes get messy. And especially with this black eyeshadow look, you literally cannot see my actual lashes because they are so light. Now I'm going to use some highlighter. I don't want to use any blush because the Black Swan is not blushing, at least in my imagination. So I'm taking this highlighter, the Silk Teddy from the Too Faced palette. This is the most natural highlighter that I have ever tried, used, loved. And now we finally get to do the lips, which I'm really excited about because I finally get to use this really small lipstick from YSL that I have. This is the Rouge Pour Couture lipstick, and look how beautiful and perfect and aesthetic, and oh my god, this dark red is just perfect, amazing, beautiful. I don't even want to use this. This is like a museum piece. But for this makeup we are going to, and I'm lining my lips using this NYX Line Loud lip pencil in the shade To Blast. I really like the combination between this lip liner and the lipstick that I used last week, so I trust that it's going to look cute again, even though my lips are really dry right now because I forgot lip balm. If you're going to do this lip combo, I really suggest you do lip balm before, maybe use it before you start doing the rest of your makeup so it has some time to hydrate your lips so you don't end up like me. And now we're going to use the red, and now we're just going to blend it in. I am loving this so much, and obviously it's all thanks to this YSL lipstick because look at the shade, it's perfect. For more Halloween vibes, we're going to apply pearls because I really feel like this makeup goes well with pearls. I'm not going to do the whole look, obviously, just going to apply a few. Even though maybe this inspires you, maybe you're going to just go with this as your whole look. And last but not least, Black Swan is definitely wearing YSL Libre Le Perfume, so we're going to spray on a few sprays. And I also have these lace gloves. I think lace is going to be so trendy in 2025. Now this is the final look, and this has been so much fun. If you recreate this look or any kind of look that I did on my channel, please tag me because I would love to see your creations as well. Please let me know down in the comment section what is your costume this year. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you fairies next time. Bye!